Greetings all, Ferrari Mount 601 here. Welcome back to F1 2017. Welcome back to another classic race. Today it's going to be the Williams FW18 from 1996, and we are in Canada, about to go out for our qualifying run. Conditions partly cloudy, and it is a pretty nice day here in Montreal. I've never driven the FW18 before, and we're going to have a look at this car right now in qualifying. What a time to shake down a new car. Alright, first thing I notice is I've got no shift light at all. So 16,000 RPM on the tack appears to be where it is. So I'm going to have to listen to the engine a bit more. Which I must say is not a bad idea, considering the engine sounds pretty decent. However, this is twitchy. Quite a twitchy beast this is. And also, relative to the deltas that are being displayed for me anyway, pretty slow. Then again, that is the F2004 that I'm up against in the Ghost car. Right, 100 meters. And across the line, what have we got? It's a 122.066, I think the time was. What's it good for? It's good for P6. All right. And I'm sure that is 6th in class. Yes, it is.
Just leaves the race itself. Join us tomorrow, where we'll be live with all the action.
Overall,
then,
that is good for 16th on the grid. So 6th in class, 16th on the grid. 7.5 seconds behind the pole sitter in the F2004. Yep, that's, I guess, pretty much expected, considering what the pace of this car is relative to that F2004. So, yep, 16th overall, and then, of course, in class here, P6. So, we'll see how we do. I've got the 14B directly in front, and then I've got the other FW18 in P4. The MP413's leading the class, so we'll see how we go. I'm 2 seconds lap slower, very nearly, than that pole sitter in class, so we'll see if I have anything for him in the race. Well, here we are, sitting on the grid, and it is raining. You will notice the raindrops and the wet weather tires. You also notice the complete lack of rain gear from the teams, and there's no umbrella over the cockpit here, so I'm just getting soaked. We might as well get started with the race. We'll see how this car handles in the rain. Formation lap time, of course. A lot of wheel spin, as you might expect.
To temperature on this lap. We're learning the gears, so go through them all if you can.
Oh yeah. In terms of tire temperature, we're probably just going to want to keep things as cool as possible, because we do have a fair amount of water on the racetrack, and it is forecast to remain wet for the entire duration. thing we're going to want to do temperature-wise is to keep core temperature in the brakes. A little bit easier said than done without getting a lot of heat in the tires. right. Got as much temperature in the brakes as I think I can stand to get. And we should have a short wait here on the grid because we're pretty far down the field. Find our starting position. And we stand by for the race start. Right, here we go. Lots of wheel spin off the line. And it is slippery and slidey all the way through turn 1 and 2. I cannot get the power down at all. It is treacherous out here. Wheel spin all the way through what is a very high-speed corner in the dry.
That start was okay. Now stay alert for threats around you.
The car is just absolutely skating around everywhere. I cannot really attack the racetrack at all. The car is a little twitchy in qualifying in the dry, so not really surprised to see it behaving this way in the wet. There is at least a dry line, sort of. However, if the rain continues at this rate, that's probably going to go away. End of lap 1. Running 6th in class and 16th overall. This is optimistic on my part, admittedly. However, it somehow worked. Really can't get on the power fully until 4th gear, and at that, about halfway up through 4th gear. Really need throttle control in this car in these conditions. How about that? Last lap, with a standing start, of course, 20 seconds a lap slower than the current fastest lap, set by one of the F2004s at the front. See what it is now. Still about 12 seconds a lap slower. However, it looks like we are competitive with the other Williams. Ooh, yeah. Slippery, slidey stuff continues, as expected. Really, because there are so many low-speed corners on this circuit, pretty much everywhere is an acceleration zone, and that is where the car is not happy. downshift very quickly through this box. He's 21 years old, gotta remember that. I'm certainly quicker than him into turn 1, however, everywhere else he just pulls away. From a long way back, worked on the 14B, it's not working on this guy so much. Maybe it somehow does anyway. Can't explain that one. It's what you call muscling your way past, I think. As far as making up any other positions,
They have an issue with their car. They're going to be slow.
I don't know if we're going to be able to make up any others. We'll see what comes our way. Yes, I am aware that that is the dry line. Telling me about fuel to mix 2. What is our delta? Half a lap in the positive direction. I agree, mix 2. I do appreciate that notification from the pit wall, because I admittedly lost track of it. Let's see. The rain's not that heavy. I don't know if it's clearing up or not, but it doesn't seem quite as wet anymore as it did a few laps ago. It is still, of course, quite wet, don't get me wrong. But is the rain here to stay? I don't know. It'd be cool if we could get some changeable conditions. I feel like I've got a little bit more grip. That's relatively speaking, but yeah, a little bit more perhaps. Hairpin, of course, always going to be slick when there's any sort of moisture on the ground. It is still raining. Dry line might be getting a little bit drier, though. FW14B is ahead, gaining on him marginally.
Gap to car in front is 3.1 seconds.
Actually, pretty high levels of concentration required right now. Just trying to keep it off of the curb there, the acceleration zones. Some wheel spin in fourth gear again. I just talked about how high the concentration is, and I have a lapse in concentration into the hairpin. However, the outside line there may be slightly more grippy. Lost about a second on that last lap. .6. Still losing time. Halfway. I no longer feel like conditions are improving. .7 seconds now down to the guy in front. Let's go down into mix one. Got a blue flag. That is P1 overall coming through. Tire wear, look at those rear tires, they're absolutely rooted.
Our gap to the car in front is 7.5 seconds.
More blue flags.
Blue flag conditions, create a gap and let the car behind through.
I'm starting to think that a pit stop might be necessary here, because the rear tires are absolutely shot.
We're considering switching to an alternate strategy. Do you want to change or stick to plan A?
I am thinking that I would like to change the strategy. I just don't know what that really looks like. I don't know what button number 4 is on my wheel. So there is the pit stop. More wet tires. Add a little bit more downforce.
Go now.
And there goes one position in class.
Up to speed now. Let's get some heat into those tires. Blue flag.
It's a blue flag. Trying to let you through. Alright.
We're not racing the car behind. Let them past when you can.
Yeah, when you can. That's the that's the caveat. Come on, go. You're killing my momentum. I had the FW18 right in front. I'm not going to be able to attack him now. Actually not terribly far off of what the front runners are doing. They must be on old tires.
Blue flag, blue flag.
They're blue. Come on, overtake. F2007. Tire wear at 7% there. The rear tires are the concern, obviously. Yellow. That was the FW14 I was concerned about. He took care of himself. That's sideways. That's more sideways.
Okay, gap ahead is 17.1 seconds.
17.1 seconds ahead. What is the gap behind?
Fuel is looking really good. You're managing it well.
If I agree, fuel looks good. Delta +1. Stay tuned for that gap behind. 16.1 seconds to the car in front. 3.9, nearly 4 to the car behind. All right. And I've got 3 laps to go here, at most, because I know I've been lapped at least once. Maybe twice. Not quite sure who got past me on that pit stop.
We have 5 laps of fuel remaining.
See what that gap is. We'll decide whether or not to turn the engine up. Gap to the car behind is now 5 seconds. So I'm still quicker than him in mode 1.
We're seeing at least 20 minutes of light rain.
20 minutes of light rain, so it's not going to clear up before the end of the race.
You're pulling out a second lap of the car behind.
Braking down into that hairpin. Make sure you get it into first gear here, otherwise you just will push out wide with the inertia of the gears. It's our tire situation. 22% now wear on the rear. Somebody ahead is out of the race.
The gap to the car behind is 5.4 seconds. Some information on Levasseur. They're
Yellow
slowing down.
flag.
It seems like there's some kind of problem with their car.
To the green flag zone. That's sideways.
Front is 12.9 seconds. There's 4 laps of fuel remaining.
engine to mode 3. Blue flag. That puts me 2 laps down, and I think that means this is the checkered flag. Or perhaps the next lap. Nope, checkered flag. Boom.
Okay, pick up rubber and bring it home.
So 5th place in class. Not a dismal performance, but certainly a difficult one.
Well, I'm thoroughly exhausted after the excitement of that race, but I'm sure it's nothing compared to
Of course, you
our
don't see me
drivers
on the
here.
podium,
They
however,
worked
that's
hard to
okay.
make it up there, and it's
Now that's a
great
great
to see
shot.
them
I
make
like
their
that
way out onto
little
the
shot of the
podium.
F2004 there. I wish it were a little bit longer because I'd like to see the modeling work they did on the car. Well, there it is again. Not too bad. Even hosing down the media people with champagne, as we actually do see in the real world, and I'm sure those camera operators absolutely love it because they've then got to spend the next 5 hours
That's
drying
it for
everything
today's
off.
Grand Prix, and from
Anyway,
Hans
the
and I,
results
it's
here.
goodbye, and see
Yep,
you
I am
again
the
next
first
time.
car 1 lap down, so wow, how about that? Leaders lapped up to 5th place in class. Not too bad. And then the overall results. Yep. That be the damage. I finished 2 laps down. Oh wow, I'm actually classified behind the F2007 there who dropped out. Didn't see the checkered flag. I did, but he was 1 lap down and I'm 2 laps down. So fair play. He also dropped out on the last lap, so yeah, he'd be classified ahead of me. He technically did more distance. I did finish ahead of both MP44s, both MP46s, and a single 14B, so meh, alright. The other Williams finished in P13, so a reasonable performance there, and we technically finished together because we saw the flag. But, yep, not too bad there. So, another classic car in the books here in F1 2017. And also, I've got to say, if you don't like what I'm putting out, don't watch it. Don't call me all sorts of hateful names, alright? See ya.